Hello, my name is Ronak, the co-founder and lead game designer of Glassjar Interactive, a small indie game development studio that's based out of Bengaluru, India. We wanted to showcase a pre-alpha demo of Ghatika, a settlement strategy game that's based in a fantasy version of ancient India. Let's get the game started and I'll walk you through all the features that we have and what we want to build with this game. So Ghatika is set in the 1st to 2nd century AD, which is broadly known as the classical time period, during which city-states had the highest sway in the land and they basically controlled a lot of territories and a lot of trade. Ghatika sort of takes inspiration from there, where it existed for a long time as a center of education, trade, diplomacy, and military strength. Overnight, the city is burnt down by unknown forces, and your protagonist, Kari, along with a bunch of key personnel who we called as guild heads, and some other commoners, have fled the land and are now trying to make their way to safer shores where they can basically start rebuilding their settlement and finding other survivors, with the main goal of finding eventually who attacked the city of Ghatika and what these guys who have survived can do about it. They're currently making their way to a region called the Tree of Prashi. Prashi was one of the founding members of Ghatika, along with Nara, Pota, and Darimu. So these trees of Prashis will sort of be distributed across the land at the start of the game. There's sort of a mystery as to why they were planted there and what their purpose is. But as we play the game and we discover its hidden secrets, we'll sort of discover this as well. As you can see, the game art is done with hand-drawn 2D artwork. Everything that you see over here, including the characters and the environment, has just painstakingly been implemented by our artist. It follows all the normal traits of settlement management games, where you have a bunch of resources that you need to manage. You have a population. You also have housing for that population, and you have an army that you need to worry about. So let's go get started with our first mission. Looks like Maringa wants to talk to us. Let's have a chat with him. Oh, Kari, there was some escape we had. I think we can rest and settle here for now. It looks like a beautiful place to settle down, honestly. Greetings, Maringa. I was thinking the same. We should be safe here. You are a wise one, Kari. Now help me gather some wood from this tree so we can start building. I will look around for a place to build a logging setup. Okay, once you get a logging setup going. So we have a first tutorial that basically walks us through how wood cutting activity works as it has been set up now. Everything you see here is obviously placeholders. We have more refugees coming. Oh, I think we've already found a few survivors who are going to make their way into the settlement. So we have a task right now to collect 30 wood and 20 fiber, and we can cut these trees. So let's go there and press E. Okay, I need to be closer to it. Alright. So you hold spacebar and you kind of try to get it into the right green zone to get those perfect hits. That gives you the full yield. Imperfect hits give you a lesser yield, and completely failed hits give you nothing. So let's gather this up and then see what Maringa wants us to do with it. Again, this sort of a game mode is something that's there right now as a placeholder. We have a more unified system that we want to work with, where you equip certain equipment that automatically enables you to do certain activities. The whole idea of the game being, the player can seamlessly interact with the world around him and carry out certain activities. But before we get deeper into that, let's talk to Maringa and keep the game going. I've gathered the food and fiber you asked for, Maringa. Splendid, Kari. You would have made my old master proud with your vigorous swings. Okay, Maringa likes to joke. Deposit the resources in the settlement stash. Alright. So the settlement stash is marked on the map. Let's walk to it. It's right here in the middle. Something temporary that they would have thrown together. as soon as they escaped and they sort of arrived at this land. Okay, let's move all items into that. Quest completed. Alright, so we've got our basic stuff going. The idea of this game is split into 3 primary stages. You're going to have an early stage of the game where you basically focus on gathering your resources, expanding your territory, and getting more space to build more advanced structures. You'll have miscellaneous, you'll have protection, you'll have storage, you'll also have housing, and you'll have crafting structures as well that will come in. Let's talk to Maringa in the meantime. I found a suitable place to build a woodcutter hut. Can you crack open that building book you have and place the foundation here? So it's telling us how you can place structures, where you can place them, and where you shouldn't place them. So let's give that a shot. He wants us to build a woodcutter hut, which, yeah, is right here. Now, obviously we can't build in reserved places, it's red. So you have to clear out the land a bit and get yourself some space where you can get these construction projects going. Alright, we've got a woodcutter hut. It needs 30 wood and 20 fiber, which should be delivered right now by the commoners. Yeah, they're carrying the resources with them to go deposit it. Once the resources are there, they'll start building the structure. Later on, we are thinking of possibly having upgrades that will help Kari not just move faster along the ground, but also speed up these priority constructions where perhaps he can go deposit some of these resources and get the construction going. Got the 30 wood we need, just 25, but I think she's going to drop it off. So commoners serve the dual purpose of being your logistics management as well as your construction crew. Apart from this, you will also have your workers that will be assigned to each of the core resources. So you'll have wood and lumber industry where you'll assign woodcutters, which is what we will have to do right now. But I think that's what Maringa's going to tell us. Beautiful buildings. He likes to joke. Beautiful buildings. Yeah, right. We will cut enough trees to rebuild Ghatika, I tell you. Tarimu's words. Another one of the founding members of Ghatika. Please assign a woodcutter here so that we can start collecting wood. Okay. So we're getting to our automation process where we don't have to actively cut it. We can just assign a woodcutter who will move between the trees and start cutting them down. So these should be pretty small trees. I'll get cleared out pretty fast. You can build. Then you go deeper into the forests where the trees are much chunkier and they require a lot of time and effort to cut them down, but you also get more resources out of them. I think a woodcutter is now coming into frame. It's gonna swap over to her appropriate attire and then start gathering wood now. So, oh, we have another quest. Punavi just walked up to us and she has a quest that she wants us to do. Kari, consider exploring a bit of the forest there when you have some time. I heard there are some jungle fowls around here. It would be good to hunt them. So here's a mini game of taking your bow out and then shooting at stuff. This sort of hunting mechanic is also very early in its development. We are basically 4 to 5 months into production of this. We have a lot of larger plans that we want to implement that will require a bit of time and effort and a larger team as well to do it. So yeah, alright, let's get these roosters. That's a bit of cheating. It won't be so easy to hunt these birds in like the full game. Okay. You'll basically scare them away and chase them away if you get too close. Right now they really don't care, but yeah, a lot of that AI system still has to be built in. Okay, we've got 2 chickens down. Okay, one part of it is working. If you miss enough shots, they will sort of run out of frame. But we've gathered enough now. The range activity can also be used to shoot down fruits, which will also give you more additional resources, as you can see right there. Anyway, deposit 20 food in the settlement stash. Let's go ahead and do that right now. We'll also have these honeybee hives that right now just give you food, but later on we'll create a system where they'll attack you and then you'll be chased by bees, so you have to be a little careful. So Punavi, who is our gathering guild head, has given us the task of securing a little more food. We can see consumption per day, how much we have stored. So yeah, we are, I think, on a way of establishing a pretty competent settlement. So we've reached night time. Oh, what's happening now? Oh wow, okay. So a bunch of warriors look like they're running up into the settlement. Let's see what they want. Yeah, while we talk to them, Ghatika has a day-night cycle built into it that will affect how you play. We don't have our people working throughout the day. They'll actually go back to bed and sort of sit around and have community experiences where they'll share stories. They'll sort of give you the update on what's happening each day, and you get to like listen in and eavesdrop, and you get to know a lot. There are also things like this where people collect together and they have their meals, and you'll also have your guild heads who'll sit around the forest fire and possibly discuss certain events that are happening there that you can sort of glean from that information. So yeah, let's go have a chat with these new warriors who come. I think Maringa and Punavi have already gone there to sort of see what these guys want. Arava, what do these warriors want, I wonder? Okay, they seem to be running from something. They're facing the other way. Let's talk to them. Greetings, strangers. My name is Kari. Please identify yourselves. Your weapons are making people nervous. Alright. Arava says, "Ho there, Kari." They call me Arava. We didn't mean to scare you. We are from Ghatika and are on the run from a group of dacoits. Dacoits, for who don't know, are basically bandits. They were notorious in the Indian subcontinent for a lot of years. But yeah, looks like they're coming for us, so maybe inquire who you are. Find comfort here, brother. We are Ghatikans as well. We are trying to set up a settlement here to get other survivors in. May Nara bless you. She's another one of the legendary founders of the original Ghatika that burned down. We have found our people. Yes, you have. But there is no time to waste, Kari. We managed to give those dacoits the slip, but they will be here soon. Get ready. That doesn't sound good. So we have a small tutorial. The combat system we have currently was built on a very initial premise of blending RTS and turn-based card system combat. So this is the current stage. We are working on this to sort of refine this and turn it into a way where we don't have to enter into a separate mode and make it feel a lot more grounded with the actual gameplay and the game world you're on. So we can have a melee units deployed in these melee zones that are your spear and your swords, and you can also deploy your archers as support in the backline. Plan your warriors. Okay, so we go through multiple stages, so we can look at the levels, match them up to our levels, and deploy them accordingly, so that we have. So these warriors, once you use them in the round, they go away. So the key strategy is to plan ahead for what all levels are coming and balancing out your units, so you use just what is needed and you don't overcommit your stronger units in a weaker round. Yeah, which is basically what this says. You can also choose to, you always need to have someone in your melee range, but you can always skip your archery if you want to. So when combat starts, they'll basically they'll start auto battling each other in their respective arenas. You have some special abilities that you can then activate to sway the tide of the battle. Okay, the dacoits have just come in. Looks like they want to fight. So it's diegetic. The combat happens on the board right now, but we want it to be a lot more naturally occurring on the board instead of getting into a separate mode like this. But we took a while to get this balance right, and it's a pretty fun loop. So let's just try this out for now. Let's put the swordsman against the swordsman. Let's get, you know what, I want to get a different sort of swordsman here. Then let's get a spearman out. Alright, let's see how this goes. So they run at each other, they're ready to start their fight. Let's get some quick rain stuff going. Let's get our... It's a little all over the place, isn't it? We really wanted to capture the hectic nature of how combat would happen. So there are a lot of pieces for you to keep an eye out on, which might change based on balancing that we do. Looks like we're winning 1, 2. We are losing the middle one. Let's see what we can do about this. Can I get a lunge attack off before this guy dies? Let's get him to lunge. Ah, no, he died. Uh-oh. Things aren't going too well for us. Okay, looks like we're taking a beating, alright. Oh no, let's give that a shot again. Let's see how this one goes. Change the thing about a little. The archers seem pretty powerful, so we put a few more melee guys in there. Let's get some of our archer attacks going. Have you ready to parry? Okay, this guy can lunge, and he's taking quite a bit of damage, so let's get his attack done so he gets some damage going before he dies. Hey, we won one. I have a good feeling about this one. I think we're gonna have a good round. They also have a stamina bar that sort of wears out. So once they're tired, they kind of have to wind up. Unless you override it with a special attack. That helps us balance a lot of their strengths. So that we don't have singular overpowered characters. So hey, we won the first stage. And we're now into the second one. So you can see all the units that we've used up don't appear again, and we can also hear the woodcutters cutting away in the background, which is now perfect. But yeah, things that need to be worked on. Let's go get the next one started. One of our guild heads has now entered the combat. Let's have him. He does a pretty strong attack, which... Oh no, he just blocked it. Okay, that's not good. The spear guy is extremely strong, we've noticed. Let's get some shots going in. Jab at them. We need to get this guy cleared out, he's pretty strong. Yeah, come on, you need to join this battle. Kick some decoy butt. Yeah, we kicked them alright. Okay, there we go. We lost that again. So the 3 rounds, you kind of have to get the right strategy going. Eventually, when you lose battles, you will have consequences where you'll lose resources, you'll lose key personnel, and you'll have a couple of other drawbacks. But right now, just for testing, we've kept it consequence-free, where if you lose it, you can just get back to the demo. Now these guys will go on guard duty, and we are free to get back to the game. Let's see what else has been cooking. So woodcutters are cutting away. We are full up, so we definitely need to build something as a sink. The food situation looks alright. We're kind of on the limits. You know what? I think it's time for a food and water economy to kick off, and that's the responsibility of Punavi, which bang on time. There she is. Let's see what she has for us. Greetings, Kari. It's good to see you are taking responsibility for our people. Hey, thank you. I can help us collect food and water if we can get a foraging hut built. Please also assign someone to gather food. Greetings, Punavi. I'm trying to help wherever I can. He's a very humble guy. I'll help get these buildings built for you. Alright, good man. you should also consider building some houses and exploring a bit of the forest there when you have some time. Now, well, let's do just that. Let's get a foraging hut. Um, yep, we could have also built our lumber storage to help take away some of those resources that are piled up. But yeah, let's have this undergo construction. Foraging hut. It's morning and our workers are going to work. They're picking up resources here to go drop them at the foraging hut. Let's also get some housing going, because I think we're about to be out of housing space very soon. Okay, while they collect this, let's go look around a bit. One of the challenges we had to face in a 2D settlement management game was, that one of the reasons why we did this was to really avoid having a lot of tables and a lot of micromanagement that happens there. We wanted to make it feel a lot more grounded in the world. So one thing we had to do was, to keep a lot of activities and a lot of events that are happening around the world to keep the players' attention and give them something to do. So we've just gone into one of our exploration areas. These are called the temple ruins. It's one of the immediate surrounding areas around where your settlement has been built. You'll be able to do some things like gather wood and collect food that you can also do on your settlement board with certain threats that will exist over here. So you might run into certain dacoit groups who are constantly moving around the land, so they might set up camps over here, and your advantage to take them out early is to basically help yourself secure. Hey, what's this? Okay, we just opened up a crate and we've got a bunch of resources. Okay, looks like we got some metal, some fruits and some water. So yeah, we want to use a lot of these state settings to create unique gameplay, interactive points and certain events that will trigger off. I think our foraging hut back home is done. So let's go have a look at it. The geography of this game has been inspired by the Deccan Plateau with this unique boulder sort of geography with a lot of boulder hills that line the land around here. They're millions of years old with granite cores that have sort of been whittled down by erosion. People need to rest now. I think the folks are going to bed. Let's go see. They will be consuming this soon as well. Let's go back to our settlement and see what Panavi has to say. Alright. Guards are doing their guard duty things. Alright. Panavi, what do you need? Thank you. Please assign a forager here so that we can feed these hungry souls. Alright, I can do that. And we also have a new quest for construct. Oh, that's the second part of the quest, to construct 2 houses. So, gathering fruits and gathering water. You know what? Let's assign 1 to each. Because, yeah, we're running low on both. Maybe we can actually get away with assigning 4 of them. Fire, food, shelter, civilization. Yep. So as you can see, we have our guild heads who are just lounging around here. Once we nail down our animation and everything, we really want to get a lot of these interactions going a little better. So the future pipeline for this game in terms of what all we want to build is to get our crafting and settlement management part to be robust and completely done up. Then we're also going to have a very expanded world where you have exploration stages that you can gather, where you can go to. You'll discover things there, you'll find hidden objects, you'll find special items that will help you. Let's also construct 2 more houses. So yeah, the idea is that you control these groups of people and you're going to go through a lot of challenges. Some of them are environmental, some of them are man-made. So we have a cyclic weather system that goes through the seasons of summer, monsoon, winter, and then spring, with each season providing a different challenge for you to deal with and to sort of rectify. For example, during monsoons, you'll have thunderstorms that will cause the river to flood and they'll damage your buildings. During summers, you'll have fires that will burn your houses and then sort of burn forests. Beyond that, you will have winters where fog like this creeps up on your settlement, and it's a lot of stuff. Okay, there's another gate here. Yeah, so during winters, you'll have fog that creeps in that makes it easier for dacoits to attack you. One of the things that we really want to do is also to have animal attacks, some of the actual challenges that people of this time face. So if you shoot down more fruits and you're taking away resources from the forest, there are higher chances of monkeys and elephants attacking your settlement for food. Or if you hunt a lot, you have the risk of okay, I think we are full. That's why I'm not able to pick this. Yeah. So there we go. Let's just continue this for now because I think we finished all our tasks. But I'll just walk you through a little bit more of it. So this is the grassy, windy ridge that is blocked off now, but this will basically chain into another exploration stage and be expanded. As I was saying, hunting more animals will cause predatory animals like leopards and tigers to increase their attacks on your settlement, where you might lose people, you might lose certain animals around your settlement, and that will set you back. So the world is going to be very responsive to what you're doing, which also includes the human challenges, which are your dacoits and the end mysterious enemy who roam these lands who sort of roam these lands freely, and they're always planning ways in which they can gang up and team up and come attack you. So you can have a scouting system that will basically give you advance warning of the movement around, and then you can preempt certain attacks and threats. Kari also has a single run speed right now. We're considering a few options on how to give him a boost. One is just adding a simple sprint button and have a stamina bar to it. But we're also thinking of some unique mechanics, like Kari just finds a boar, sits on it, and then spanks it, so it like takes him really far away, really fast. So this is Ghatika. I hope you guys enjoyed the playthrough. This was a very brief introduction to the game with some of the features in place. There's still a long way to go, but yeah, I hope you liked it. Thank you.